Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. And I have to apologize right up front. I accidentally deleted several videos that pertain to the girder deck plate bridge construction, so I apologize for that. Also, some of these videos aren't the best video quality, and so I had to use what I had. Hopefully this will convey the idea of how I constructed the decks on the actual girder plate bridge itself. So really what I did is I took a piece of the pink Corning foam and cut it out to the dimensions of the girder plate bridge itself and put some double-sided tape on top. And that first video shot that you saw there, I used some little wood spacers that I had purchased at Home Depot to space out all the ties evenly. Okay, so after I had removed the spacers from the railroad ties and the cross members which support the access walkway that'll be running along each side of the bridge, I put some CA glue on each timber, and then I turned the girder plate bridge upside down and just glued it together. Now that was a huge jump there. One of the videos I lost was just showing me after I had the timbers secured to the top of the girder plate deck bridge. I just laid out a sheet of sandpaper and just proceeded just to sand the top of the timbers just to make sure everything was nice and flat, because I'm going to have to hand lay track across the bridge. But what I did here is actually painted the base coat a grimy black, and I'll show you guys the colors that I used for these bridges. But then I went and painted over the top of the grimy black. Then I went and painted a silver color, and here I'm just going back through and just adding some rust color to the bridge. I'm probably going to go back through with some type of marker or something, maybe put a little graffiti on there. But when it comes to the rust, I just kind of worked from the rivets on the bridge and just kind of faded it, or feathered it, if you will, into kind of the middle of each plate, and that seemed to add a pretty good level of detail. One of the other things I did is there was some oily places on the bridge, and this was definitely just one of those. Found this out by error, really. I guess a little oil from my hand had gotten on one of the bridges, so the paint didn't adhere to the place where the oil was at, and it left a little bit of a circular area where the paint didn't adhere, and I was able to use that to my advantage when I got ready to apply the rust color. It made it look like the part of the silver was flaking off of the bridge, so it actually turned out really well. I don't know if I have a detail shot on this particular girder plate deck bridge here, but it's on one of them. I think towards the end of the video you'll probably be able to see it. So yeah, I mixed the colors that I used. I actually bought some, I use acrylics just simply because it's cheaper than the airbrush paint that you buy. But you can, what I use is I use Windex just to kind of thin the paint out a little bit so it gets a nice even spray. It seems to work out pretty well. I don't know if anybody's interested in how I set up my airbrush and mix the paint thinners and all that, and what types of paint I use. You can post a comment, and I'll be glad to shoot a video on it. There's probably a million videos on how to do that out there right now, though. So yeah, as you can see, I'm just working little circles, like I said, from the rivets, just kind of feathering it out towards the middle of each plate on the bridge. Oh yeah, so when I spin this around, you'll see a couple little spots where the paint did not adhere, and I used that to my advantage. So I was able to apply some rust color in that area, and it made it look like the paint from the bridge was actually starting to kind of flake and peel off. So it actually turned out pretty good. At least I think it did. Yeah, you can see all those little spots. So what you could do is you could take like a Q-tip and maybe just a little bit of I don't know, you could probably use something like olive oil, something with an oil base to it, and just ever so slightly apply some where you don't want the paint to adhere, and then you can come back through like I'm doing here with the rust color and just kind of detail that. By the way, I had my PSI set on my airbrush when I was doing this to like 15. I definitely did not want a whole lot of rust color coming out, so I had the PSI turned way down. I had some better video shots than this of me painting, but like I said, I lost them, so it's one of those moments. I had the the video clips. I was uploading them to my laptop from my camera, and I had the videos, all the videos selected, and I thought I was in Windows Explorer getting ready to delete one video, but I actually ended up deleting all the ones off the camera itself. So oh well, I think there's enough here to show you guys how I did this, and there will be a part 2 because they're nowhere near being complete yet. I don't know, I think it'd be kind of neat to be able to do some specific videos on airbrushing, just things that I've learned. I'm by no means an expert, and there's people out there with far superior airbrush skills than I. But if you've been following along with his videos, it might be something that might help you, or at least kind of get you pointed in the right direction if you're not familiar with airbrushing. Okay, so here is the acrylic paints that I used. I purchased these at Hobby Lobby. And working from left to right, I bought metallic silver, and that dark color next to it was grimy black. It's actually called soft black, but it's very, very close to what's known as grimy black. I'll definitely be buying more of that again. and there I'm just showing the burnt orange and the dark burnt umber for the rust colors. You know, on a ratio mix, it was probably like a 8 parts orange to 2 parts brown, 7 parts orange to 3 parts brown, depending on how dark you wanted it. Yeah, it's soft black. So if you use acrylics and you're looking, and you know, a lot of people use the grimy black color on a lot of different things. So here I'm actually painting my truss bridges. So again, the base coat is that soft black, or what I call grimy black. It's almost has a purplish tint to it, kind of a brownish purple tint. There's what the girder deck plate bridges look like up to this point. And so as you can see there, I've been working on my ravine too. I've got videos coming up on that, so a little sneak peek there. Just getting that started. But before I can install my my girder plate deck bridges and my truss bridge, I've got to build the support piers. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do those yet. I may try to build those out of foam. I'm going to see how it looks first and run with that if it looks good. So yeah, I'm going to add a little bit of graffiti to those as well. And again, there'll be the access, or the maintenance decks running down each side, with support posts for a fence railing running down each side. So guys, thanks for watching, and again, just sorry about the videos. Hopefully I won't do that again. I learned a lesson, and but we'll be putting more out there for you. Thanks for watching.